A cinematic return to the birthplace of Mafia. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. If you tapping into this video, I appreciate you. Go ahead and slap that like button, subscribe for more. I want to talk a little bit about Mafia the Old Country. Mafia the Old Country is a brand new game that should be coming out here soon. I have the brand new trailer here in 4K. Every gameplay that I put out is basically 4K now, so y'all enjoy that content. The setting is 1900 Sicily. I elaborated on this a little bit in the other gameplay I dropped. Sorry about the quality of that one, but we went ahead and we upped that a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit about Mafia the Old Country and where it's coming from a gameplay standpoint. So, the setting, basically the game returns to where it began at. Rural Sicily, early 20th century. Essentially a lot of poverty, a lot of betrayal, and a lot of family. How you honor your family is going to happen in this game. So where the Mafia won't just basically be a gang, it's basically a way of survival in Sicily. This game feels inspired by Godfather Part 2. Basically, it's a gritty and more personal story. It is not open world, but we'll get to that later. Basically, they did some groundbreaking level research on this game. They went ahead and the devs traveled to Sicily. At first, I was like, okay, they're just wasting money going to Sicily, all this stuff. But then I looked at what they were saying they were doing in Sicily in the real life locations. They were going to the sulfur mines where they make the knives at. They were also going to basically capture textures and dialects, some architecture that's in the game as well in the background, basically background noises as well from the locals in the town so that you can kind of get a real feel for it. These details shape the world basically that Enzo's in, the protagonist. He was raised in hardship and is seen working in a barn in the horses stables or something like that. So keep in mind he's kind of working his way from the ground up, but it does look like there is some type of like forbidden love that's going to be happening in this game, because it looks like he likes some dude who's powerful, has a car, and has a bunch of money's girlfriend, and she might actually like him too. So Enzo might be taking some girl from one of these clowns in the game. So that's insane. All respect to that dude. I don't know. Usually when you get your girl took in the games, you're a clown. I digress though. Anyways, we want to talk about kind of how the world is blending tight villages and like some rocky cliff sides and countrysides out there around some sun-scorched courtyards. So basically, like in the first trailer, you'll see like it's playing in the background here. You'll see he's walking around in those sun-soaked courtyards where some of those people are there doing their thing. So basically, the engine was built in Unreal 5. Everything was built from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. Every cobblestone and vineyard vine basically kind of built from the ground up there, so that's tight. Crumbling villas look like it's gonna make it feel like it's a lived-in type of world, so keep that in mind as well. The world blends tight gameplay mechanics as well, so it has that sandbox feel, but the game is mission based. Basically like Mafia 1, more story driven, less filler, less kind of running around and just doing missions for no reason. So combat, we'll get to that right now. It's going to be a lot of kind of period pieces going on in here because there's not a lot of weapons. There's a lot of weapons, but there's not a lot of weapons. So your knife will be in your full control. It's a quick, personal type of weapon that they used to use in Sicilian traditions. So keep that in mind. Weapons are very scarce, bullets matter, and basically the way that you feel when you improvise is going to be good in this game, because you're going to have to pull out that knife, kind of get busy with that thing for a little bit if you can't kind of figure out how to get these guys off you with the gun and the bullets that you currently have. Essentially, there's no Hollywood shootouts in the game. It's just a bunch of up and close and personal stealth and survival type of gameplay. So graphics look incredible to me. The dialogue does look great. The actual voice acting seems sharp sharp with the animation. It's fully voiced in Sicilian dialect, not just Italian. Characters speak the way the locals in the town actually speak, raw, emotional, and unpolished. So English subtitles are used, but the soul of the story stays Sicilian. Story over kind of like a sandbox feel is what they're kind of going for with this one. So it's not an open world. It's a structured, cinematic, narrative-driven, story-based world that you're in, where it's kind of like mini sandboxes is what you want to think about, right? Missions play out like acts in a film, so it's really giving that Godfather, Goodfellas type of energy with this film, with this game. It feels like it's a film almost. I almost said it there. So if you kind of understand that, then you're really gonna be excited for this game, because the missions seem like they're going to kind of unfold the story in a certain way. As you can see, kind of Enzo was riding behind that girl that I said he's going to end up being like a love interest with, and essentially what I think is going to happen is that he's going to cross out some big mafia guy who is this girl's husband or boyfriend or something, and then what'll happen is that he'll end up having to, not to spoil any of the story because this could be all hearsay right now, but it feels like with the clips that I have seen that he's going to end up being in some lover's quarrel with that guy and his girlfriend, and essentially I think the girl is probably going to help Enzo get rid of this guy in the end. I wonder if he mistreats her or something like that. We'll see what happens and what they do to make Enzo really kind of impersonable, and we take his side instead of that capo side or that general side, whatever level this guy is. He a Don? I don't know what level he is in the Mafia, but the game looks exceptional from what I see so far. The actual levels and the small sandboxes that we have seen, like you do see on the screen, looks like it's fully filled in. It's not a bunch of filler in an open world. It's fully fleshed out levels, and it looks like it's going to be probably 30, nah, I think it's going to be probably 60 frames per second, and I don't know why I said 30. Maybe in open world it would have been 30, but this is 60 frames per second. Even when I was cooking up the gameplay right now for you guys to be able to view in the background of this commentary, this is 4K and 60 frames per second, and it runs smooth. And the only thing that I would critique about the game is that I seen a little bit of, in this new trailer that played in the beginning of this video, there was a little bit of how the cursor appears. I hope they let me change that. It looked a little retro and boxy. I would rather have kind of this type of cursor that you're seeing here. It looks like he had like a yellow bouncing around type of cursor, and I really wasn't a fan of that. So if you like the Mafia content, I dropped a video before this. You'll see it pop up on your screen here on the left or right. If not, you'll probably see something Skate on the other side, or Madden. Appreciate y'all locking in with this video, and if you do like the content, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.